Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go.
All right, sim racing fans, we're back on a Sunday night for Tyler Daniels Racing Gas and Go in now the round of 8. Starting this round at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. We will be here for 70 laps, 105 miles around this tri-oval track under the lights in Vegas. Looking at tonight's weather in Vegas, provided by Lottie'sTravelWorld.com. Let them plan so you can contact Lottie'sTravelWorld.com today. Roll the dice 105. Skies are clear. Air temp 67, the track temp of 68, relative humidity 17 degrees, and the winds are from the northwest at 6 miles per hour. Currently in 2.5 minutes remaining in practice. Let's look at what's going on. So, the back talk, TDR Gas and Go, Roll the Dice 105 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sponsored by none other than Back Talk. You know, we did a thing. Available on all of your podcasting services such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube. You follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. And Twitter here. So, getting into the round of 8. You got the drivers marked in yellow right here: McCain, Shelton, Van Heusen, Brazo, Rule, Downham, J, Bisnet, and Trumley. All of the 8 playoff contending drivers. They will show up on your screen in yellow to denote they're playoff eligible. About 1 minute and 10 seconds left in practice. We'll go into single car 2-lap qualification to set the grid for the 70 laps, 105 miles here tonight at Las Vegas. So showing tonight is unlimited tire sets. I don't see any limit to fuel, and fast repairs are at 1. If you're new to us or hanging out, see there's several people watching already. Just type in there who you like for tonight's race. We're on track here is Robert Cochran. There's Brian McCain. As you see, Brian McCann there, currently on the top of the leaderboard. And he is a playoff eligible driver. Sharon O'Neill talks to us from the YouTube. Good evening. Let's go, Jim, the number 28. So Jim Downham, another playoff driver, currently in the 7th fastest machine. All right, so that is the end of practice. We'll be heading over to qualification momentarily.
This is Ed Robertson driving the number 64 Ford CNC logging machine for Elite Entertainment Racing. You're watching One to Go Studios. We'll see you at the next turn. Yeah.
All right, coming to qualifying, Brian McCann, going to be the first driver off pit lane onto the backstretch. to start his qualifying stint. So on lap number 1 now for Brian McCann. Let's see what he puts up for a time. Went off a turn 4 to the flag man to complete lap 1. Dives to the bottom. 30.402 for the fastest lap. Currently the top of the leaderboard on lap number 2 here. All right, fastest lap, last lap of Brian McCann. Well, Brian McCann to the top of the board, puts himself up there 2 times. We got David Trumley and try to get his machine up to the top position. David Trumley, 30.941 on his last. His fastest was 30.653. Puts him in the 5th spot. Looks like Shelton now putting up his fast lap. His fastest was a 30.571. These guys are putting in some extra practice time in. Jim checking in on YouTube after getting out of his racer, putting it into the 9th spot. .558 left in qualifying. As we're in the blimp high above, looking for other drivers that may be putting qualifying runs in. Showing 5 drivers who've yet to pit or yet to put up a qualifying time. All right, looking at 4:30 left. We got a driver who looks like he's thinking about coming out. It's Shaner, Andrew Shaner. Andy here. So Shaner coming to get the green flag to his qualifying run. So Jay Downham coming into YouTube, letting everybody know that the car is awful loose. But they say loose is fast. As long as you can hang on for the wild ride. Fitting in Vegas, you know, do the rodeos out in Nevada. Hold on for that 8-second wild ride. Because we got about 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in qualifying. 4 drivers other than Andy here looking to post times. So Andy Shaner up to 10th. Looks like he got a little low there coming off the corner. Gonna slow him down a little bit. We'll see what he does on this lap. .32.064, not enough to improve his position, so he'll be coming off in the 10th spot. Two and a half minutes to go in qualifying. 4 drivers left. All right, so minute and a half left in qualifying. 4 drivers yet to hit the track for qualifying. Oh, in Wendigo Studios blimp coverage showing you the shot from overhead here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. All right, again, 1 minute left in qualification, and we'll get busy on the grid and then start tonight's action. 70 laps, 105 miles, Las Vegas Motor Speedway out here in Vegas. Under the lights tonight to kick off the round of 8. I believe this race in Indianapolis, if I remember correctly. Just double check that so I'm not giving bad info here. No, it's Vegas, Michigan, and in the final 4 will be Indianapolis on the 12th. Oh, finishing up now, qualifying. Looking at the grid here. So the back talk, starting grid for the Roll the Dice 105. Pole position tonight, Brian McCann. Greg Brazel will be on the outside, inside of row 2. Ryan Shelton, outside him is Neil Quick. David Trumley inside of 3. Outside of him is Thomas Rule, Dustin Veldhusen, and Andrew Bisnet in row number 4. Row 5 inside Jim Downham, Andy Shaner. Outside of him in the 10th spot inside row 6, Robert Cochran. Kevin McCann inside is on the outside of 6 in the 12th spot. 13th is Robert Trask. Jay Downham in the 14th spot. 15th is Barry Sims, and Chuck McDonald will be outside of him in the 16th spot. In row 9, Bradley Hunt and Luke Desjardins. In the 10th and final row, Ryan Walter and Les Bentz. That's your grid for the Back Talk Tyler Daniel Racing Gas and Go from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Las Vegas, Nevada, for the Roll the Dice 105 and the first race of the round of 8. So we're going to get ready to get down to trackside and start this off. Cars are on the grid waiting for the pace car to get the command to start them around the racetrack. All right, pacing has begun. Pace car working here on to the back stretch as we get ready to go green. Down the backstretch, also known as the Nellis straightaway. Turns 3 and 4 up next. All right, so lights are back on the pace car. We're going to extend the parade laps. Getting ready to go here now, hopefully. So Janelle checking in on YouTube. Pushing on Dustin. So backstretch, here we are. Looks like everything's getting ready to go green here this time by. Like low 30s, 30.5s, 30.4s for the fastest laps. So about 32 seconds average per lap here for 70 laps. Just under 2 laps a minute. Getting ready to go green flag racing here to start off the round of 8. Green flag in the air. Down low is Mr. Brian McCann. Takes it to the green, and here we go, off racing. That is current race leader Brian McCann putting up his last lap 33. Not sure why it jumped like that, but 36.931 his last lap on his start lap. Let's see what he gets on for the first green flag lap. Ooh, there's a corner off Shelton having an issue. Corrals it, gets it back up onto the racetrack. Like Mr. Rule gonna go right on by. McCann putting up the fastest lap with 4 cars here looking for the second spot. Caution is out. All right, looks like we had an issue right back here with the 12. May have gotten into the wall. All right, keep an eye on the 12. I believe he'll go up into the outside retaining wall, and then when he comes back down, this is where we run into our issue. Oh, no, Okay, we see what we've been hearing a lot about the Cup cars lately. Watch here as you see the 12 will start right, then left, and then back right and spin the car. So loses connection with the track basically and takes a lot of drivers out there. As we're going to get this back to green, hopefully, in short order. Race leaders stay out. A lot of drivers are going to be coming in, probably getting their fast repairs taken care of. All right, some drivers down pit lane for repairs. Looks like the number 12 did take a fast repair. All right, lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to green flag here. Pace car, gonna dive into that corner. Down into the pit lane, leaves it up to race leader Brian McCann. And T Rule out there on the outside. McCann fires it up into turn number 1. Commanding lead there, McCann, followed by Kevin. Driver's now 1-2. Driver coming out of the pits late there. Looks like that's Jay Downham, already 3 laps down at this point. Leading 7 laps now. So 10% down, 90 to go. McCann now Quick into the air. Neil Quick, the 3rd spot. Ryan Shelton and Thomas Rule, the 5th spot. McCann's 1 and 2, starting to stretch above Quick. You see the top 6 on your screen at this time. A slew of drivers were down pit lane for under that last caution. The top 8 drivers electing to stay out. Now Kevin McCann takes the lead over brother Brian. He's out to the front. All right, Kevin McCann now into the top, command lead, 4/10 over Brian, his brother Brian there. 12 laps being worked now. That's 11 down. Now your top 6 drivers have yet to pit. David Trumley, the first driver who has elected to pit, now in the 7th position. Top 3 drivers spreading the field by over a second. Drivers on pit lane: Les Benz, Luke Desjardins. Barry Sims now a lap down. All right, continuing to work the track here. 14 laps down. We'll be about to finish 15 as we cross the line. So approaching 25% down and the rest to go. The McCann show continues to cover the racetrack between Kevin and Brian. Trying to spoil is Neil Quick in the number 2. Les Bent still on pit lane. The only driver being shown off currently, 17 laps down. Top 16 drivers still on the lead lap. That includes all of our playoff eligible drivers. Now they're starting to work lap traffic here. Barry Sims back on the track, a lap down. Bradley Hunt is in the 16th spot, the last car on the lead lap. 17R down of the 70. So 25% in the books. One caution is flown. Current leaders Kevin McCann. We can find some other action on the racetrack. Lots of different things going on. Some tight racing throughout the field here. That's Jim Downham on the middle of the screen. Currently in that 11th position. Barry Sims, lap traffic gets up and out of the gets up into the high line, allows the leaders to pass. Top 6 drivers have yet to pit. 20 laps are currently on fuel and tires. Drivers on pit lane last. Looks like they took tires and fuel. And you're looking at Brazo, who has taken a fast repair, so he's on his final car, that number 12 ride. Is Mr. Bisnet trying to work the outside over the 12? Small tight pack here from Jim Downham all the way back to Chuck McDonald, in the 14th position. 22 of 70. About a third of the way done now. Gonna jump back up to the race leaders, see what's going on up front. Race leader Kevin McCann. Coming up on lap traffic, Kevin McCann over Brian McCann, Neil Quick. Then 3.5 seconds back to Ryan Shelton in the 4th position. Leaders making quick work of the lap traffic as we're coming up on another set here. Number 4, that's Chuck McDonald. He'll slide out of the groove and get out of the way. Next will be Robert Trask in that 17 ride. McCann around, lapping another car, leading 13 cars on the lead lap as we're working lap number 25 of the 70. So 50 to go here. Actually less than 50 to go. 45 to go. 10 laps to halfway. McCann continues to work lap traffic. That's Andrew Bisnett as he goes down. Now 11 cars on the lead lap, about 4 seconds in front of them. Now is Ryan Walter in the number 49. As Kevin McCann continues to work the field. Ooh, contact between the 12 and the 28. As Brazo and Jim Downham, both playoff contenders. Back to race leader Kevin McCann continuing to lead the way here. Got his sight set on the lap traffic in front of him. Must be Ryan Walter and Jim Dunham that are in front of him, and Greg Brazo. See how they allow him to get around. Lap traffic doing a pretty good job of staying out of the way as Mr. McCann works underneath of Jim Downham there. Little bit of squirrel out of the 33 as he goes by some of the lap traffics. At the completion of this will be 40 laps to go. Brian McCann showing how to get through the lap traffic in his Spartan 3. Continuing to work the field here, the 3 getting around quite a few drivers, the 12 to 23. And so Dustin Valhusen finds himself a lap down, first car lap down, then David Trumley, the 96, the last car in the lead lap. Leaders are about 10 seconds behind Mr. Trumley. Pass down low. That's the number 2 of Neil Quick working around the lap traffic. Shows 7 cars on the lead lap from Kevin McCann all the way down to David Trumley. The first, third, and 6th cars not currently playoff eligible. As we're looking at 7 drivers in the top 10 that are, with Mr. Andrew Bisnett a lap down in the number 1 ride. Gonna need to increase some positioning here. Working lap 34. Currently in the lead, still that 33 of Kevin McCann, pacing away from the rest of the group, 8/10 ahead of his brother. And almost a 2-second gap between him and Neil Quick, the 3rd place car. All right, down pit lane, they're both the McCann brothers. Giving the lead now to Neil Quick. Splitting this ride in exactly half are the McCann brothers. The number 2 takes the lead here, completing lap 35, working on lap 36. Now in town comes Neil Quick. It'll relegate Mr. Shelton to the lead. And he gets his lap lit. Everybody should be pitting momentarily to get fuel and tires to the end, as we're just past halfway now. So 39 of the 70, your race leader is Shelton, followed by Rule. Rule's behind him by 4.2 seconds. Then Andy Shaner, Trumley, Brazo, Jim Downham, and Dustin Velhusen is the first car a lap down, as we're working lap number 39 of the scheduled 70 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kevin McCann now the fastest on the track, 30.381. It's Kevin McCann now the first car a lap down. All right, Shelton, Rule, Shaner, Trumley, Brazo, all top 5. We continue to watch these drivers work here. It looked like that's Kevin McCann who rode around race leader of Shelton to get back onto the lead lap after pitting, putting a lap down. Working lap number 41 of the scheduled 70 laps, 105 miles for the Tyler Daniel Racing Gas and Go, presented by Back Talk. You get Back Talk anywhere you can find your podcasts. Check them out today. There they are. Back Talk, available on all podcast channels, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now Shelton continued to work the field here, 43 laps. All right, so 44 of 70 being worked upon, now finished. So 26 laps remaining in tonight's run. Shelton continues to lead the way. So playoff drivers in 7 of the top 10 positions. Only driver not in that group is Andrew Bisnett in the number 1. He's 2 laps down, the lowest of the final 8 drivers in position tonight. As I said, Shelton continues to lead as Thomas rules 6.7 seconds and cutting into the lead of the number 99. Shaner 10.1 seconds back. Those 3 drivers have yet to get down on pit lane. Then Mr. Trumley, who got down 42 laps ago, pitted on that first caution, is behind them. And then Kevin McCann is in the 5th spot currently with the believes tire and fuel to the end. .48 of 70 will be complete here. Bang, there's off 48. So 22 laps remaining tonight. All right, coming across here, we'll have 20 laps to go. The number 99 commanding the lead here, 7.5 seconds over Rule, 11 seconds back to Shaner, 15.6 back to Trumley, 20 seconds back to the 33 of Kevin McCann. Kevin McCann has the fuel and tires to the end. So 52 of 70. We're continuing to roll through the laps tonight here at Las Vegas under the lights for round 1 of the round of 8. Next week, we're off for Memorial Day. Following that, we'll be at Michigan to find the Final 4. And then the week after that, we'll be at Indianapolis with the 4 drivers fighting for the crown jewels. Shelton continues to put down laps, 53 laps in. The question is, can he go the distance, or is he hoping for a caution, as he's now 8.5 seconds over Thomas Rule. McCann cutting in that lead, 17.9 behind Mr. Ryan Shelton, as we'll be completing lap 54 for 16 remaining. So now all the way back to Neil Quick in the 7th spot, all on the lead lap. The first driver a lap down is Greg Brazo, and then behind him Jim Downham, in the 9th spot. Another driver, Dustin Velzuzen from the playoff drivers, has dropped out of the top 10. So 4 non-playoff drivers, 6 playoff drivers in the top 10 as we complete number 55 here with race leader, the number 99 of Ryan Shelton. $15 to go here with the number 99, not looking like he's slowing. Does he have the gas to go the distance? 70 laps on a fuel run, we'll see. That time will tell when we get to see what he does. If he's able to do it the whole way by saving fuel, he's got 17 seconds over the supposed leader based on his fuel strategy would be Kevin McCann, who's 17.2 seconds back. Shelton threw a 31 pretty much flat last lap. In the last lap, Kevin was 30.976. So a 10th difference not going to be enough if Shelton has the fuel to the end. $58 of $70 will be completed. We come on by. 12 will be to go. Coming across the stripe here, Mr. Shelton continues to work the field. A good 10 seconds, almost 11 back to the second spot, the number 79. Drivers all spread out throughout the field right now. Winding down, coming within 10 laps to the finish line. Again, Shelton continuing to pace the field, 11.2 seconds over Rule, 14 back to Andy Shaner. Kevin McCann, 16.5 back. David Trumley, 17.8 lap. So 0.8 seconds back. That's your top 5 currently. This time by, it'll be 10 to go to the race leader of Shelton. All right, 10 to go for the number 99. Did not get a report from any of the crew chiefs what the maximum fuel was today, but this will be awful close. With the 10 laps left to go for Mr. Shelton, can he go the distance and take the checkered flag? And McCann now into the second spot, 15.7 back behind Mr. Shelton. Last lap, McCann almost a half a second quicker. All right, down the back stretch. Be 8 laps to go once we come off the stripe here for Shelton. McCann trying to eat into that lead. 15 seconds is it now. Shelton has to come down. Didn't have the fuel to the end. Was hoping for a little help. That gives the race to Kevin McCann. Thomas ruled down as well. So Bradley Hunt, the only driver who's yet to come down pit lane for servicing, as Kevin McCann officially takes back the lead, working lap number 63 of the 70. So Kevin McCann, your race leader by 3.9 over David Trumley, brother Brian McCann, Neil Quick, and Ryan Shelton. It's your top 5 as we're in the last 10 laps of tonight's race. here at the virtual Las Vegas on iRacing. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter account, Twitch TV subscriptions, so you get notified when we're on live. You know, tell them what we're going to do. I might be racing. I might be calling races. I might have special guests. So give us a subscription. Give us a follow. Follow us and see what we're doing every day. It is something different almost every day. As Mr. McCann will be coming around to 5 to go from the flag man as we're here on the Nellis straightaway. All right, on the completion here, 5 to go is what has been given to Kevin McCann. 5 to go. Trumley, Brian McCann, Neil Quick, and Ryan Shelton, your 5 top drivers, as we're looking to get this thing under the books and moving on for the week off. Four laps to go. Kevin McCann continues to stretch. 7 seconds to brother Brian McCann. Nick Quick falling off now. Trumley now down pit lane. Four to go to Kevin McCann. That should mark 3 here. 3 to go. Couple guys down pit lane for servicing. That's Jim Downham and Robert Trask. Backstretch here, Nellis straightaway. Coming across that 4th corner. 2 to go, shows the flag man. 2 laps to go for Kevin McCann, followed by Brian McCann, Neil Quick, Ryan Shelton, and Greg Brazzo. Chuck McDonald trying to get in here and break up the top 5. 2 drivers already outside of the playoff schedule system are in that top 5. 2 non-playoff contenders, Kevin McCann and Neil Quick. And then Chuck McDonald in the 6th spot, the 3rd non-playoff driver doing well tonight. On the final lap, presented by One to Go Studios of 33, getting around that 0-4 of Chuck McDonald, putting only 4 cars on the lead lap. McCann, Neil Quick, and Ryan Shelton. Final corners. Your race leader and winner is Kevin McCann. Kevin McCann, Brian McCann, and Neil Quick will be tonight's running order for the Roll the Dice 105 here from the iRacing virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Try to see if we can get with the race leaders and talk to them about their race before we move on. So Kevin McCann, your winner for tonight. I believe the McCanns, they don't go into Twitch into Discord. But we'll find out. We'll see. We'll kind of hang with these guys for a little bit. So let him do his burnouts and we will talk the results. McCann, then Neil Quick, Ryan Shelton, Chuck McDonald, Thomas Rule III, David Trumley, Andy Shaner, Greg Razzo, Dustin Velthusen. That's your top 10. Moving back, Andrew Bisnett, Jim Downham, Robert Trask, Robert Cochran, Ryan Walter, Bradley Hunt, Jay Downham, Luke Desjardins, Barry Sims, and Les Bentz. And that was your top 20 drivers as for tonight. Look at the race summary. Is for the Back Talk TDR Gas and Go race recap for the Roll the Dice 105. Kevin McCann, your winner. One caution for 3 laps, number of drivers 20. And of course, Kevin, the fastest driver, 30.381. And joining me in the booth, the number 23 driver of Dustin Valhusen. Hey, Dustin, what's going on?
Not much, man. How's it going with you?
Same old things. It was a very quick race tonight in Vegas for you guys.
Yeah, very quick race. Little icy out there, but we got through it, and we had some spins, but it is what it is when it comes down to it. They're still working on these cars, and it was a fun race. We had a couple spins. I had a pit at going into the second to last lap there. I was a little short on fuel, but came out home with P10. I can't be too upset about it.
All right. So this was the first round of the playoff 8 drivers. So we have one more of these, and we'll actually take a break next week for Memorial Day, and then head back to Michigan. So going from 1.5 to a 2-mile track, and then we'll finish with at Michigan. It'll cut back the field to 4 for Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So you're gonna go to the oldie but goodie to finish this thing off.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. After the race tonight, it might be a little hard for me to get in the top 4, but I'm here for a good time either way. I just want to race and have fun with these guys.
Well, it looks like the McCanns have showed up into the in-car waiting. We can bring them in. So
when you want them both?
I'll pull Kevin in right now. So, hey, Kevin McCann, you're with Harold and Dustin. Brought that 33 Spartan race car into victory lane at Las Vegas, and you played the non-playoff spoiler tonight. So how'd you get it done?
Hey, I don't know, man. It was a tricky track. I came in here with no practice, so I just kind of had to figure it out as I went there, and just kept it clean. I think the trick tonight was tire preservation. Race car was really loose in 1 and 2. Started to get tight in 3 and 4 in the long run, so just had to preserve the tires and be really quick on that pit stop there, and just got the job done.
Yeah, done a really good job with that. That one and only pit stop, 14.7, and the total time on lane 39.7. Only person looks better than that seemed to be who did 4 tires was your brother Brian. We'll talk to him a little bit later. So you guys both running the Spartan, and I think it's the first time we talked to you. So is you going to continue to play spoiler through this thing and show them that you should have been in the playoffs?
That's the plan. Unfortunately, I couldn't make every race this season, so I lost quite a bit of points that way. But this is typically my car here. I'm pretty quick in it, so that's going to be the goal: come out here and win as many races as I can.
All right, you get a 1-week break and then coming back to Michigan. What can we see out of the 33 at the Irish Hills?
Honestly, don't know. I haven't driven there since the update they did to this car, so honestly, I have no idea how it's going to drive. I imagine it's going to be a lot of fun here with the higher horsepower, low downforce, but it could be another strategy race. Saving tires there is pretty critical in the other cars, so if it drives like I think it's going to be a pretty fun race, and I should have a pretty good shot at it.
All right. So, Kevin, before we let you go, man, who do you want to thank for getting you into victory lane tonight?
Yeah, just thank all the TDR guys for coming out and racing every week, and all the guys that put on the show, Dustin, Andy, and crew, and appreciate you guys doing a broadcast. All
right, Dustin, you got anything for the race winner before we send him back to victory lane?
Good race, Kevin. See you next week, bud.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right.
Congrats.
Kevin McCann, your winner for tonight. And then we'll drive on here to the number 3. We'll switch him out. Talk to brother Brian. Brian, you're in the booth with Harold and Dustin. You got that 3 into the second spot. Looks like you did some after checkered flag, a little bit of partying going on, a little bit of damage on that front car. Hopefully the race owners aren't mad about that.
Nah, they'll be all right. It'll buff out. It ain't that bad.
All right, so you're the top playoff driver in the round of 8, heading off to an off week. So, what is going to be key for you guys to get the number 3 into the round of 4, heading into Indianapolis via Michigan?
Coming out here, pushing that skinny pedal down and letting her eat.
Okay. Dustin, you were saying that the car was icy. So what did you do, Brian, to compensate for that loose condition that was throughout? I heard your brother saying at 1 and 2 the car wanted to come around.
Yeah, you had to arc it in the turn a little weird, so you entered high, so you wasn't letting it rotate too much. And then once you got in on a good part of the bank in there, then you could take it down to the apron and really get a straight shot off the corner. That way it wouldn't be too loose off.
Cool. All right, so I think we had the first time I had you up here. So, Dustin, you got anything drivers-wise before we let him thank his sponsors? I mean, the key is, Brian, you go from the left side up the shoulder, back across the chest, and down to the right, the way you get everybody.
Yep.
No, good run tonight, Brian. Always fun racing with you. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, man, good luck.
All right, Brian, who do you want to thank before we let you go, man?
Yeah, everybody here at TDR. I know there's a lot of people that put on races almost pretty sure every day of the week, I think. So I'd like to thank them for putting on these shows, you for doing the broadcast. I'd like to thank my family, my wife, and everybody watching tonight. Thank you.
All right, Brian McCann, we'll see you after the week break at Michigan. Let you get back down there with the 33 team in Victory Lane. All right, Dustin, you want to talk to anybody else? We got the top 2 in here. I didn't see if we saw Neil Quick anywhere in the chat, so we'll just kind of put his car up here. That's behind the pit box there. That's that awesome spot for him. So we'll try to get that. We get that fixed up. Hold on a second. Oh man. Probably because I disconnected. That's why I can't get to it. We'll try to get a better shot at him, though. Yeah. Got so many buttons, but there it is. There's Neil's car. So the third place car was Neil Quick. We've already gone over the results for today. We talked about next week going to Michigan. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that the Tyler Daniel Racing, the Back Talk guys, that is our sponsor for tonight, was Back Talk, and you can check them on any of those podcast channels and check the guys out having some good times and talking about stuff.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I'm part of that crew. It's a fun time to be in there with Andy and Tony and Justin. It's fun.
Yeah, it's just having a good time, right? Chatting around.
Yep, that's what we do. Always come up with some different ideas to talk about, and should be a good show. We record tomorrow night, and hopefully everybody enjoys it.
All right, so a new one coming out. But until then, we'll have a week off for Memorial Week, and then we'll come back in 2 weeks on Sunday night, heading to the middle of the middle of the country. We go into Michigan. Then you guys only have a small little hop down to Indianapolis from Michigan.
Yeah,
literally like a 2-hour trip by car. It's really close.
Perfect.
It's not far at all. Did a lot of work in that area when I was recruiting out of Jackson, Michigan. Very familiar with the racetrack, and been there several times. Vegas, one of the ones I haven't been to though, so might have to figure out a way to get there. But hey, Dustin, unless you got anything else, man, we're gonna sign off and let the people enjoy their holiday week coming up.
Yeah, everybody enjoy your holiday week coming up, and we'll see you in 2 weeks live from Michigan.
All right, I'm Harold Darner for One to Go Studios, covering the Back Talk sponsored Tyler Daniel Racing Gas and Go series. We'll be coming back to you guys in 2 weeks on a Sunday night to finish the round of 8 at Michigan International Speedway. Until then, we'll see you at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next turn.